Hello everyone. Today we will try to understand Swadeshi movement 1905. So in this lecture, first we will try to understand why Swadeshi movement had started, and then we will try to understand some major events of this movement. Then we will try to understand some features of this movement, and the last we will try to understand result outcome of this movement. So the reason for the Swadeshi movement was the partition of Bengal. I hope you know what is the partition of Bengal and how Bengal province was partitioned on 1905. If you don't know, look at the lecture partition of Bengal, then come to the lecture Swadeshi movement. Now we will try to understand some major events of this movement. On 16th October 1905, when Bengal province was partitioned, thousands of people had been started gathering on the town hall in the town hall of Calcutta. Look this place and the map. Locate search on the map. You will be able to see the place. And what they were doing, they had started protesting against the government for the partition of Bengal. And in the protest, what they were doing, they start burning English cloths and goods to show their protest. They were starting burning English goods and clothes. Now, the people from Swadeshi Bandho Samiti preached the people to use Swadeshi goods and not to use English goods. These are some major events of the Swadeshi movement. And protesters also started boycotting English courts, educational institutions in order to show their hesitation to the government for the partition of the Bengal. And in order to sort out their dispute, they establish their own courts, own method for the solutions of their problem. They boycott these institutions, these British institutions. Many people return their titles in order to show them their hesitation with the government for the partition of Bengal. British government give title to many people for their work like Rai Bahadur, like Khan Bahadur. These are the titles given by the British government to the individual for their extraordinary work. Like nowadays you look Bharat Ratna, Padma Bhushan. These are the titles given by the government to individual for their work. So during that time, British government also gave many titles to many people, and they returned those titles to the government in for the protest against the partition of Bengal. Now some event. The protester also had staff supply product service to the British colony, where British people used to live in that colony. Protester had staff supply some basic goods like milk, food, other basic goods were also be executed in their list. Now try to understand other some major event. Now come to the feature of this movement. This was the first national movement under the leadership of Congress. When Congress was established on 1885, this was the first major national movement under the umbrella of Congress. So these are the some very important features related to the Swadeshi movement. In this movement, all the people coming from the all sections participated, like lawyers, intellectuals, intellectual like scholars, poets, women. So people coming from all the section had participated in this movement. Remember, by large, peasants did not participate in Swadeshi movement. Now come to some other feature of this movement. So in order to mobilize people, what protesters were doing that they used religious and cultural songs and slogans to mobilize common people. And by doing this, what they did that they let the people to come to come and join the movement, but due to using religious and cultural songs and slogans, they separated minorities. How? Let me give you understanding. Let's say there are a region where let's say 100 people are living. 19 out of 100 belongs to a particular group. And if you are using songs and slogans related to this group, then you will be able to unite them. On the other hand, you are separating these 10 peoples. So because of using religious and cultural songs and slogans in order to unite people for the event, they all had separated the minorities, peoples who are in not the large sections. Now comes some other event that some feature that nationalist and industrialist join hand together and establish their own company for goods, because they all were burning British goods, British products. So they are in the need for the products. For that need, they establish their own company. So these are the very important event of the Swadeshi movement. Now come to the like I am giving you one slogan. Remember, Inqilab Zindabad. Means long live revolution. This is coined by Harshat Mohani. Now we will try to understand some outcome and result of this event. Despite all these protests and boycott, Bengal was partitioned. Protest and boycott, Bengal was partitioned. On Delhi Darbar Declaration, 1911, this partition was cancelled, but Bihar and Odisha was separated from Bengal province with the Patna as the capital. And later on, Odisha was also separated from Bihar as the Cuttack capital according to the Government of India Act 1935. It was separated on 1936. So these are very major events of the Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement also witnessed the differences between the extremist leader and the moderate leader, because moderate were saying that this movement should be confined only in the Bengal province, and extremists were saying this movement should be all over India. So these are the differences between the extremist leader and the moderate leader, which was witnessed during the Swadeshi movement, and it directly shown in the Surat Congress session 1907, when extremists were expelled from the Congress. It was presided by the Ras Bihari Ghosh. Those differences in those leaders was seen in the Swadeshi movement, and it was directly comes in the Surat Congress session when extremists were expelled from the Congress itself. And government also took advantage of their differences. And what government did that they arrested Tilak and sent to Mandalay jail, Burma. They also exiled the Lala Lajpat Rai. Aurobindo Ghosh left the politics and settled in Pondicherry and become sannyasi. These are the very major event of the Swadeshi movement. So I hope you are getting what is the Swadeshi movement, why it had started. It started because of the partition of Bengal. In order to protest the government for the partition of Bengal, Swadeshi movement had started. We had seen some major event of this movement that except people started burning goods of English goods, established their own factory for manufacturing goods. Some feature we had seen about the in this movement that except peasants, all sections of people had participated in this movement. And in the result, we had seen that despite all those events, Bengal province was partitioned. And this movement had also shown the differences between the extremist leader and the moderate leader, which were directly mentioned at the Surat session of Congress. I hope you are getting what is the partition of Bengal, what is the Swadeshi movement and why it had started, and some major events and outcome of the Swadeshi movement. So, thank you for watching.